definitely worth the hype. It's definitely a different type of thing. There really hasn't been anything like it before. A lot of people were saying when it came out, it's just a big iPod Touch or a big iPhone. But once you get it in your hands, you realize sort of how fantastic a big iPhone is. All of that added real estate, really makes things, it's a whole different experience. And so something like Maps that's sort of useful but somewhat sort of a novelty on the iPhone really becomes incredibly usable here. And it scales beautifully and everything updates really fast. Just in my few days of using it, that there are definitely things that you'll want to pick this up for, over your phone or over your laptop. Reading the news, it's a whole different experience when you can hold it up to your face, and you're not hunched over your computer like you're sort of used to, clicking around. You're not removed by your cursor like you are with a computer, and it's very intimate. Sort of reading the news, lean back in a chair, holding it up to your face, zooming in on the text you want to. We'll have to wait and see sort of how publications adapt to this thing, and some have been more sort of radical than others. It's pretty exciting to see where some of these things go. I think you're going to want to take this thing everywhere. It's super light, throwing it in your bag, even in addition to your laptop, it's, a non-factor really. You don't even know it's there when you're carrying it around. And I think, for a lot of people, it's going to be a replacement for taking a magazine or a newspaper to a coffee shop or something like that, or, taking a book on the subway or something like that. It isn't cheap now. But with all sort of gadgets, you pay to be an early adopter and you pay to be on the cutting edge. And eventually, of course, we'll see the price go down, when we see newer models. Wait until you see the killer app for you. And that's what's great about this is that, it could become right for you at any time. So if you're, a news junkie, right out of the gate, it could be worth it. On its own, as a gaming platform, it could do a lot to sort of, compete with things like the PlayStation Portable or the Nintendo DS, because you've never really had something that had a touch screen, that was so big and so vivid. It just goes to show you what type of sort of the variety of games. You had stuff like Flight Control and Scrabble, but this is sort of more of like a therapeutic puzzle type thing. But you can use 2 fingers to position this thing. And so in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month, we're going to start seeing things that people developed with the iPad in hand, and that's when we're really going to see sort of the potential of the hardware and people pushing it to its limits. And I think those are when you're going to be able to expect some serious killer apps that really set this apart from other devices.